Hello Lakers fan, if you are one of those who are always up to date with the news about our Lakers, then you need to pay attention to what is coming up on our Lakers news channel. I am preparing exclusive coverage on possible signings, rumors, interviews, and much more of our Lakers, and what I can say is that rumors are catching fire on social media, and you don't want to miss any information. So if you are a true Lakers and you don't want to miss the latest news, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to receive everything firsthand. Let's get to today's news. Lakers video, Rich Paul says LeBron James is a free agent. In just over a month, on June 29, Los Angeles Lakers superstar forward LeBron James will need to decide whether to opt into the final year of his contract with the team or become an unrestricted free agent, with the opportunity to test the open market. The prevailing belief is that James will opt out to sign another lucrative deal with the Lakers for the next 2 to 3 years, maintaining the status quo. However, there has been speculation that James might be evaluating his options and considering a move this offseason for a better shot at a title in what could be the final years of his NBA career. While it's still a long shot that James will leave Los Angeles this summer, his agent, Rich Paul of Clutch Sports, made an intriguing comment recently on the TNT Altcast during Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals between the Dallas Mavericks and Minnesota Timberwolves. Paul hinted that James might indeed explore free agency via Legion Hoops. Paul's statement suggests that James is seriously weighing his options and could leave the Lakers this summer. However, this could also be a simple slip of the tongue by the Clutch Sports founder, as most expect the four-time NBA champion to opt out and eventually re-sign with Los Angeles. Meanwhile, rumors and speculations about James's immediate future will continue to swirl. Lakers fans will remain in suspense until the end of next month. The focus now is on finding a new head coach and potentially bringing in a third star to play alongside James and Anthony Davis. Rich Paul not focused on Bronny James playing with LeBron James. At one point, LeBron James made it clear that one of his goals for the twilight years of his NBA career was to team up with his son, Bronny James, at the professional level, whether with the Lakers or another team. However, Rich Paul of Clutch Sports has stated that this is no longer the priority. Paul emphasizes that the focus now is on Bronny finding his place in the league and developing accordingly. Lakers news, LeBron James highlights the vital role of players in today's NBA. Even though the Los Angeles Lakers were eliminated in the first round, LeBron James has been closely following the postseason. One thing that has stood out to him is the performances of the key players from the remaining teams. The Minnesota Timberwolves, Dallas Mavericks, Indiana Pacers, and Boston Celtics were all eliminated at different points by some outstanding performances from players who aren't the biggest stars. In the latest edition of his podcast, Mind the Game with Redick, LeBron discussed the impact players like Naz Reid, TJ McConnell, and PJ Washington have had for their respective teams in these playoffs. Talking about last night's Game 7 in Denver, we've seen how spectacular Ant-Man has been this postseason, but last night he shot 6 of 24 from the field. I think he had maybe 2 or 4 points by halftime. In that fourth quarter, you saw Naz Reid, Rudy making plays, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and Jaden McDaniels, who has been huge all season, but even more so in the playoffs. Naz Reid last night with the Euro step, hitting from left to right on Joker, drawing a foul on the offensive rebound, and then dunking on the corner. He had a big block on Joker at the end of that game too. He was huge. So you're absolutely right, the role players now, with these 4 remaining teams, are making all the plays. You saw PJ Washington. Every time PJ Washington got into the mix in that Dallas-OKC series, OKC had a slight edge. When he was on the floor, the advantage disappeared because PJ Washington was there. And obviously TJ McConnell, he's just a coach's dream. Having a guy like that come in, knowing exactly what he's doing, pushing the pace, he always has a high assist-to-turnover ratio, and he's just a dog. So you're absolutely right. This postseason is great, and obviously, we know the narratives always go to the stars, but honestly, these games have been won by the MVPs of the role players. The Lakers star continued, emphasizing that while every team needs 1 or 2 stars, they also need players who excel in their specific roles. They're starring in their roles and not doing anything outside of what they do. That's what this postseason is about, and that's what this top 4 is about. These top 4 teams, Indiana, Boston, Dallas, and Minnesota, have a bunch of guys who star in their roles and do it every night. They're great at what they do. If any team wants to see how to succeed, obviously, you need a star. You need 1, maybe 2, to keep everyone balanced. But ultimately, you need those soldiers around. It's those knockdown shooters, gritty players, and lockdown defenders who can really make a difference. The Lakers franchise has benefited from this in all their championships, with names like Michael Cooper, Kurt Rambis, Robert Horry, and Derek Fisher, among many others, without whom the team wouldn't have won rings. Now, LeBron will be watching to see what the Lakers front office does this summer to surround him and Anthony Davis with the right players needed for success. Although there has been a lot of talk about LA pursuing another third star, perhaps James is sending a message that he and Davis would benefit more from having quality and depth around them. All options on the table regarding LeBron James's contract situation with the Lakers. Of course, this also assumes LeBron James will remain with the Lakers, which, while expected, is not a foregone conclusion. As it stands, all options remain on the table for the future Hall of Famer. James can opt into the final year of his contract or opt out and become an unrestricted free agent, allowing him to sign a new deal with the Lakers or any other team in the league. JJ Redick casts All-NBA third-team votes for LeBron James and Anthony Davis. The NBA recently unveiled the complete voting results for the 2023-24 regular season awards. Among the voters was ESPN analyst and broadcaster JJ Redick, who is currently a top candidate for the Los Angeles Lakers head coaching position. Redick voted for LeBron James and Anthony Davis to be included in the All-NBA third team. While Davis ultimately earned a spot on the All-NBA second team and James on the third team, Redick did not vote for Davis on any All-Defensive teams. Nonetheless, Davis was named to the All-Defensive first team. Redick's All-Defensive first team selections included Bam Adebayo, Victor Wembanyama, Rudy Gobert, Alex Caruso, and Herb Jones. His second team choices were Jarrett Allen, Jalen Suggs, Derek White, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Davis was the only player in the league to receive votes for both an All-NBA team and an All-Defensive team, highlighting his dual impact. As the leading candidate for the Lakers' head coaching job following initial interviews, it's notable that Redick did not place James and Davis higher in the All-NBA teams. However, his votes were likely cast before his involvement in the coaching selection process. Through his broadcasts and podcasts, Redick has demonstrated his deep understanding of the league and keen insight into player performances. Still, one could argue that James and Davis deserved spots on the All-NBA second team given their stellar seasons. The most contentious decision was Redick omitting Davis from his defensive team votes, despite Davis being the Lakers' defensive linchpin and finishing fourth in the NBA Defensive Player of the Year voting. This should have made Davis a straightforward choice for the All-Defensive first team. For individual awards, Redick voted Stephen Curry as NBA Clutch Player of the Year, Gobert as Defensive Player of the Year, Tyrese Maxey as Most Improved Player, Nikola Jokic as MVP, Wembanyama as Rookie of the Year, Naz Reid as Sixth Man of the Year, and Mark Daigneault as Coach of the Year. Rich Paul confirms LeBron James is not involved in Lakers head coach search. There has been significant speculation about JJ Redick's candidacy for the Lakers head coaching job, partly due to his podcast co-hosted with LeBron James. Their on-screen chemistry and shared basketball philosophies make Redick a seemingly perfect fit for the Lakers sideline. However, LeBron James' agent, Rich Paul, has publicly confirmed that the superstar is not involved in the Lakers coaching search. Have you subscribed to our YouTube channel yet? It's the best way to watch player interviews, get exclusive event coverage, participate in live shows, and much more.